Kia ora, hello and welcome. I'm Philip Duncan with your Weather Watch update. And as we've got this cold change moving in, we thought it was time to bring back, due to popular demand, the Misery Index. And once again, blue shows the feels like temperature at 0 and below. Red, quite the opposite, showing where the 30-degree feels like temperatures are. So very warm up in the tropics, clearly, but we're getting this polar blast coming through. But it's a little different to last week. Last week's polar blast, straight off Antarctica area and up over New Zealand. This one's a little different. It's coming out of the Southern Ocean. It's very nearby, but it's not necessarily directly coming off Antarctica for all of New Zealand. The polar portion, if you like, is down here, circling around south of New Zealand, brushing Southland at times. May come in a little bit more, as you'll see over the next couple of days. This is a slow moving system. I want to say it's a slow burn, but that doesn't make sense when it's cold. But it's certainly coming through. Well, you can get frostbite, I suppose, but anyway, I digress. Colder weather is coming through, and just like waves at the beach when the tide's coming in, the cold change is coming in waves over the next few days, and so some areas will progressively get colder as we head towards Friday, with maybe some little brief warm-ups in between. Let me explain what's going on. We'll start off with the rain that's still falling around the eastern North Island, although it will be clearing as we go through today, but some heavier falls coming through there. What you're seeing in the pale blue up in the mountains is getting up around 90 to 100 millimetres of rain. In the pink shading, about half that, around 50 millimetres. Over here in Auckland, the front's already cleared, so you got the dark blue shading showing just a couple millimetres, a couple of showers coming through, and the top of the South Island in that map, fairly dry. It's the mountains that are getting the rain, or actually snow. And speaking of snow, this is where it is falling over the next 2 days. That rain map was just for today, Wednesday. This is for Wednesday and Thursday. The heaviest snow in the yellow, that's actually only 10 to 15 centimetres on the tops of the mountains. So this is not a major snow event. Most of that snow has actually already fallen in the ranges. But there will be a few snow flurries to lower levels over the next few days. And like I say, it comes in these sort of waves, these pulses of colder air. So in between, sunny spells, not so bad maybe, but then you'll get these showers coming through, and some will be a bit squally and wintry. When we say wintry, it means it's cold, probably a bit windy, and there could be some sleet or even hail in that downpour. So we're seeing a bit of snow around, but it's not too major at the lower elevation, which is the positive news. There's also some snow around Central Plateau and the southern ranges of the North Island. The snow flurries around Central Plateau might affect the desert road. So here is the forecast for Thursday. The blue line here indicates that colder airflow out of the Southern Ocean area. The polar portion, this is it here, it does start to move up and into the South Island a little more so on Thursday. So that's what we mean by it sort of comes in these waves. Started on Tuesday night, another surge on Wednesday. Thursday arguably gets a bit colder, and this low here will make the winds a bit stronger as well, just around the very southern portion. The Catlins, for example, perfect area to be getting some wintry weather. Up in the north, actually the North Island and eastern areas are fairly dry, but there will be a few showers coming through for you. By Friday, that blue line goes right up to Auckland, so that's sort of an indicator that the colder airflow is now setting in around New Zealand. Wintry showers coming into the western side, which means there might be a hail shower in there, but if not, it'll just be a bit cold and squally with some of those showers. They will be falling as snow flurries around Central Plateau and the ranges. And then here's that next surge down in the south coming into the lower South Island. So there's another cold shot of air for you by Friday. As we go into the weekend, it's cold right across most of New Zealand. The southerly portion down here is windy. There's a nearby low and a nearby high. Perfect squash zone for a southerly coming in. So Southland, the Catlins, coastal Otago, more wintry weather on Saturday with low-level snow flurries. It just won't accumulate too much. So it just might be an isolated snow flurry, just like showers are hit and miss. So will the snow flurries as they move through as we go into Saturday. But there is a bit of a change coming. Windy weather pushing through with this system is resulting to that low I just talked about. Sorry, as a result of that low. So that's why we're seeing some windy conditions here. Just might be getting to gale force around lunchtime or Saturday morning, sometime around then. Then it moves on through. But then by nighttime, another cold night. Look at this, around the Marlborough area, you're more than 8 degrees below normal. So you're pretty cold start for you. But once we get to Sunday, this is the change. High pressure out here is now encouraging a slightly different airflow. It pushes all that wintry, windy stuff out over the Chatham Islands. So around the mainland and around the North Island, it's still cold. That blue line's still up over us. The high is coming in and locking in that cold weather. But this new system up here means a new airflow for Northland and also a new airflow for Southland going around this high. So it's not quite so polar, but it is still cold on Sunday right across New Zealand. And it stays cold on Monday as well. There's no great dramatic change coming through, but with high pressure nearby, there's nothing too dramatic coming either. This low up to the north, quite large, but also looks quite messy. A lot of high pressure. There's high pressure out to the west and another high out here to the east. So that low doesn't necessarily have a good shot at being too aggressive, but there could be some windy weather in that squash zone here and a bit of wet weather coming in as well. So there we go. That is the forecast. We've got all the maps, the snow maps, the rain maps, wind maps. They're all up on our news section of our website and our app. And if you want to see the wind chill calculator, it's all worked out for you. You just go to ruralweather.co.nz. Just click on the temperature tab at the top of the page. That's all from me. Stay warm, and we'll see you again tomorrow with our next update.